Hello everyone! This is my straight hair. Because it's straight, you can see the cut of it a lot better. It is cut into a vintage midi cut, which was a very popular haircut, especially in the 1940s. Also slightly fluffy at the ends, but we can forgive that. Start off by taking a fine-toothed comb, a bobby pin, anything you like to part your hair with, and choose a parting. I generally go for a more off-centre side parting these days. And select your first piece of hair, spray with setting solution. I have Lottabody setting solution mixed with water. Comb through to make sure it's evenly distributed, and then take your roller, wrap the ends round, and start rolling down towards the scalp. If any little pieces kind of fall out, you can add them into the roll as you're going down, and then just clip to secure. This is really just what we're going to be doing the whole way around the head. I roll looking in a mirror so I can see if there are any sneaky little ends that I can't feel sticking out. I don't have a particular setting pattern that I use all the time. This is a setting pattern that I've been enjoying doing recently, but I have several that I kind of switch between. So this is on the right side of my head, and the rollers are pointing downwards. Then you're just going to repeat the same steps on the other side with the rollers pointing upwards instead of downwards. And continue onwards. I like to roll the bottom layers especially tight to make sure that they blend nicely with the rest of the curls, and so that the bottom layers aren't any longer than the top layer. Once you've finished fiddling around with any unruly rollers, you are done with your wet set. It generally takes me about 20 to 25 minutes to roll up my hair. I do have quite thick hair, and I also just like to take my time with it. It's kind of my little me time. And sometimes I get confused on what setting pattern I want to use, so that can make it take a little bit longer. But in general, that is the amount of time it takes. And now we can take our big hair scarf. This is a large square hair scarf with a beautiful rose print. Fold it into a triangle. Place the center of the triangle at the nape of your neck underneath the bottom rollers. Pull the corners upwards. Tie in a knot, pulling the center of the triangle through the knot, and then tuck those ends behind and underneath into the knot. And then I like to tie those hanging ends in a bow. This creates our turban, which will keep the curlers in place while we sleep, and also makes them a lot more comfortable to sleep on. Once you have that, you're ready for a beautiful night of rest. The next morning, you can see the turban sometimes moves up as I sleep. Job 1 is taking the knot out, which can be a bit fiddly. And then it is just time to remove all of those rollers. Da 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 da! Springy curls! Now that you have a full head of sausage curls released into the wild, you can begin your brushing process. Now, brushing out a wet set can take quite some time. One of my go-tos when I'm wearing it at work especially is to brush my curls out a little bit less precisely than normal, but then put a hairnet over them. But because I'm wearing my hair freely down today, I am going to be brushing it nicely into a set. What shape your set brushes out into is partly defined by the set that you did and the direction of the curls, but in general, if you just brush from all angles and keep brushing until your hair starts to form waves or shapes, then you will be able to find a nice place for it all to sit. I have so many other brush out videos all in a playlist, so you can see the different methods of brushing out that I do and how different sets brush out. The kind of page boy looking style is my go-to, just because I find that it does hold quite well, and you can have a page boy that is brushed underneath or brushed upwards. It depends on what you like. Here is the finished look. I think it looks very, very, very stylish, and I hope you enjoyed seeing some of this process.